everyone. My name is Pasquale Luz. I'm with the Yes on 127, the Clean Energy Initiative. So no on 305, yes on 127. I'm just coming out here to tell you, well, this is going to blow over, I'm sorry. You got it, thank you. I'm here to tell you that we're officially on the ballot. We collected the most signatures of any of these ballot initiatives, thanks to the grassroots volunteers that helped us get on the ballot this year. So come November, you'll see Yes on 127. Very excited about that. We're the Clean Energy Initiative that thinks that Arizona should be 50% renewables. Right now, of our energy, only 6% of it comes from solar. And just to give you a little bit of perspective of what that means, New Jersey gets more of their energy from solar. And you see countries like Germany who get more of their energy. I think they're doing 50% now too. And they're not exactly the sunniest states in the nation like we are. We get over 300 days of sunshine. We think that we should get more of our energy from clean energy like solar, like wind. And we're very excited to be on the ballot this year. Solar jobs are growing at a nine times faster than other jobs in the state. So it's not only for clean energy, but it's for clean energy jobs. And a lot of the unions and different organizations are seeing this. That's why they've endorsed us. We have over 40 organizations coming out to endorse us. We're very excited to make sure that Arizona can join the rest of the state in the future with renewable and solar energy. I'm here today because we still need help getting across the finish line. APS has spent over $10 million to make sure, not only that we're not on the ballot, but to make sure we don't win in November. So I'm coming here today. We would really appreciate any volunteers, or if you'd like to have a sign, we have plenty of signs in the back, because we need to get the word out about Yes on 127. If you have any questions, I'll be here in the back. I have sign-up sheets, but I'm very excited to be here today. Thanks for having me.
Hello everyone, it's great to be up here. I'm Felicia Rodolini, I'm the chair of the Arizona Democratic Party. I have been here before, 2010 and 2014 I was the Democratic nominee for Attorney General, and Coconino County was awesome. You guys have been extraordinary supporters of all Democratic candidates all the time, and frankly, we and down in the great state of Maricopa would not have the votes and wouldn't get as close as we've been on the ballot as statewide candidates, but for the Coconino County votes. So thank you for everything you've done for my campaigns in the past and for all the statewides in the past. I ran for chair of the party because I wanted to make sure that we took full advantage of this backlash year. We have the wind at our back, thanks to the guy in the White House. And in 2010 and 2014, because President Obama was in the White House, the backlash was against us. But this year, for many, many reasons, we have such an amazing opportunity to truly elect every one of our statewide candidates, and that includes Kyrsten Sinema to be the first woman U.S. Senator for the state of Arizona. It's pretty incredible. And we are doing everything we can at the Arizona Democratic Party through our coordinated campaign that is actually running through the Arizona Democratic Party. Let me tell you what we have going on right now. We have 8 regions. We have a statewide operation. We have cut the state into 8 regions, which is not very easy because some of those regions are super big. And we have regional field directors, and the regional field director that you have assigned up here is Tyler. How many people of you know Tyler? All right, I need to see hands. Tyler is one of our best regional field directors. He was in Virginia last year when they planned on turning 5 legislative districts Democrat, and they turned 15, where they had a great success. And so he has been able to work in the past with indivisible groups and a lot of the groups that are coming out to support Democrats and to work with Democrats. We're going to go from here to the field office, and then we're going to go talk to the young Democrats at NAU this afternoon. We have 60 field organizers across the state, and we're just about ready to get into the Get the Vote program out. As Democrats, and as a Democratic Party, our job is to get every single Democrat to vote. And this has been an amazing year all across the state. We had record numbers coming out in the primary. The more Democrats voted in this primary than in the history of the August primary. I don't even know how far back that goes, but it's extraordinary, right? And so we know that this means the blue wave is here, and we also know that independents are voting for Democrats as well. There's a lot of intangibles right now. There's a lot of things we don't have metrics about. And one of them is the level of engagement and enragement that we are seeing across the state. And that's what's going to take us over the top. So what we're doing to get the vote out, we have already made over 500,000 phone calls. We have already knocked on hundreds of thousands of doors, and we plan to knock on hundreds of thousands of more doors. Right now, we're still registering voters. We're getting everybody on the permanent early voting list, and then we're going to get them out with phone calls and knocking on doors. We also have a statewide election protection program and an 800 number, so anyone in the state can call our election protection hotline, where we will have a boiler room of lawyers and non-lawyers that are experts in election law to make sure we help people get that vote count. So I want to talk for a moment about the fact that we are absolutely, do I have 30 seconds? Okay, I'm going to take a few more seconds to talk. I want to talk for a minute about how important this year is, and you all know this, that what's going to happen is that the rest of the country, and it's something that Coconino County already knows because of your strong democratic values, is that Arizona is poised to be one of 2 states in the United States of America that will put a Democrat in the White House in 2020. It's North Carolina and Arizona, or it's Arizona or Georgia. And that's because Hillary only lost by 4%. And that was with the Hillary campaign coming in at the 11th hour. We are turning blue statewide. And everything that we do right now is crucial and critical to getting the vote out, to keeping the vote out, and then to building the infrastructure statewide to make sure that in 2020 we're part of the plan. And so I can't thank you enough for how much you have done already. I can't thank you enough for the volunteering that will happen in the next 51 days until Election Day. I know you're volunteering and working super hard for all of your candidates and for making sure our statewiders get elected. I can't tell you how exciting it is to have David Garcia at the top of the ticket, to with Kirsten as our gubernatorial candidate, Katie Hobbs, and was she here today? Yeah, Katie Hobbs is a tremendous candidate, and you know, we have to remember that Arizona has a history of secretaries of state becoming governor. And the candidate that she's running against has no experience other than that he wants to dismantle the Voting Rights Act. That's not the guy we want running our state elections, and that's not the guy we want a heartbeat away or an appointment away from being our governor. Sure, her election is extremely important. January Contreras. Our Attorney General's office is supposed to be protecting us. Our Attorney General's office is supposed to be holding companies accountable. Our Attorney General's office is supposed to be keeping us safe. Right now, none of that is happening, and the only way we can change that is to put January Contreras in the Attorney General's office. Right?
Yes.
Superintendent of Public Instruction, Kathy Hoffman. She's a real teacher who knows exactly what we need to do to fix our classrooms and to make sure our buildings aren't falling apart and to make sure that we have great teachers. So again, we know what happened in 2014 when David Garcia lost to, what's her name, who is so bad, she's not even the candidate, the incumbent that's up for re-election. So again, talk to your friends, talk to your, I know, and all your friends probably might be Democrats or independents, but talk to everyone you know about the importance of voting for Kathy Hoffman for Superintendent of Public Instruction. Mark Manoyle, the last treasurer we had, became governor. It's very, very important that we have someone who, with a common sense approach, who is an attorney, who understands numbers, that is our treasurer. And so I hope that these little talking points are things that you can take back and talk to your neighbors about why we have a tremendous slate of candidates. And what can I say about Bill Pierce, other than wouldn't it be refreshing to have somebody as our mining inspector that's actually an expert at inspecting mines, right, who actually would know to get rid of bad mines and do something about them? So we have to really get our Democrats elected. So you just heard a beautiful speech about no on 305. I can't tell you how important it is that we get 305 out. The grassroots program and the grassroots efforts of teachers who understand that if 305 passes, our schools will become so underfunded that the privatization of education will begin in full force in Arizona. And here are the values that all of our state candidates are running on. Democratic values are aligned with Arizona values. And every voter, it doesn't matter what persuasion, is fed up with failed Republican policies. The number one issue for all Arizonans is that everybody has a great public education and every kid has a shot at the American dream. The other big issue across the state is access to health care. Affordable health care and access to health care is not a Democrat issue. It's not a Republican issue. It's an issue that goes above party politics. Protecting Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare. Again, this isn't a partisan issue, but this is an Arizona value issue, and the only party that's fighting for this is the Democratic Party. If the Republicans had their way, they would eliminate the Affordable Care Act, and we would lose millions of folks on health that have health care right now. If the Republicans had their way, they would eliminate a public education system. They would make sure that Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare had so many obstacles to it that not everybody who's invested in Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare had it available to us. These are programs that have done more in our history to prevent poverty than anything else. So these are the issues and why Democrats are going to win statewide, because our values are Arizona values. And that's what people are hearing. They're engaged, they're enraged, and we're going to win. But we can't take anything for granted. Thank you, and we're going to make sure we get every vote across the line.
Coconino County Democrats, how are you doing? Folks, my name is Adam Shimoni, and I know there's a lot of side conversations, but I love your attention for just a couple minutes. I am running for City Council here in Flagstaff, and I am stoked to be representing all of you here in Coconino County. I appreciate all of your time. I was born in Jerusalem and came to the States as a kid, and basically grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, then eventually made it to Flagstaff to go to NAU. But I grew up in a home, like Bobby was talking about earlier, that cared about unity, that cared about family, that cared about all of us, regardless of your skin color, or your documentation status, or your ability to vote. And that's something that I embrace at my core. And that's something that I'm looking forward to talking about and bringing forward to the discussions at the policy level here in Flagstaff and in Arizona. We need to be talking about the folks who are being targeted by ICE right now in Flagstaff. This is not okay. I'm sorry, this is where I draw the line. We gotta stand up for our family members here in Flagstaff who are being very inappropriately targeted, just like my family was in the 40s in North Africa, being of a Jewish descent. That is not okay, I'm sorry. And I am very frustrated about that. other priorities of mine at the city level are affordable housing. We need attainable housing so badly. Support for Proposition 422. That's going to give City Council a lot of leverage. Yeah! Thank you so much. Yes, we need to vote yes on 422 and tell all of our friends to do that too. If you haven't seen my posts on Facebook, we are posting videos of all the propositions and informing the public about how important it is to vote. Tom O'Halloran is here. Tom spoke about youth. Tom, you spoke about youth, and I want to say that I am on campus every week engaging our youth. We need to speak out and engage our youth in local politics, because too often we say youth don't vote. And you know what? They do. And they can, and they need us candidates to be engaging with them. So I invite all of my peers to be on campus working with the youth, because that is our future, and that's how we're going to fix this problem and continue this blue wave into 2020, 2024, and so forth. Attainable housing is number one. Number two is water. We gotta talk about water. Without water, doesn't matter. We can't make concrete without water. We can't build houses without water. We can't drink. We can't live without water. We gotta talk about water. Economic development. We gotta be doing better at investing locally and supporting our local mom and pop shops. We need to raise our minimum wage, and we gotta also grow our local economy. Transparency. We need transparency in government. We need our government to do a better job at communicating with the public, especially around money. So something I'm doing is, as of right now, if you were to go to my website, shimoniforcouncil.com, and donate $20 to my campaign, because I would really appreciate it if you did, on my Twitter feed, in real time, it would be tweeted. Such and such just donate $20 to Adam Shimoni's campaign for City Council. In my opinion, that's revolutionary. We need transparency in money, in politics, especially around campaigns, and I am helping lead that charge. All right! So, thank you. And if any of the other candidates here want to do that in their own campaigns, let me know. We have a programmer that did it for me who can help you do it for your campaign. But let's lead the charge with transparency. I'm a big advocate of bicycling, alternative transportation. Vote yes on the propositions on the ballot representing transportation, 419, 420, and 421. That's going to increase public buses in our town. That's going to connect J.W. Powell. But if you are a bicycler in town, please pick up one of these bicycle banners and I will help you install it on your bike. Help me get the word out. I appreciate that. Youth empowerment. I have 2 degrees in education, and I am so excited about getting the young future individual representatives and leaders involved in government. So we have a great internship program right now. Shout out to Maddie, our intern programmer. And basically, if you are someone young who wants to get involved, come join our meetings. We meet every Monday night. That's open to all of you. Every Monday night at Fire Creek at 6 p.m. This Monday we have a debate, so we won't be having a meeting, but in the future we will. Folks, I appreciate your time. I appreciate all of you. Keep up the good work. We've got 52 days left before this election cycle comes to an end. Let's push hard. Let's keep up the good work. Let's be united. And I appreciate all of you. Blue wave on 3. 1, 2, 3. Blue wave! Yes. One more thing. We talked about voting from the bottom up, right? We voted bottom first. If you look at your ballot here at the very, very bottom, you'll see my name. So make sure you start at the very bottom, and I'm right there waiting for you. That's